Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Gemini, December 15, 2022. You could find that people are inconsistent with their interest or enthusiasm today, and you can be quite sensitive to news. You might find that responsibilities weigh heavier on you than usual temporarily, and people in your life can seem withholding. The moon spends the day in your resources sector, spurring a desire to make or build something substantial. You prefer to stick with comfortable settings and activities. Fortunately, it's a good time to focus on some of the intangibles in life that inspire you. For example, there is a pleasingly open vibe to your interactions, and you can more readily incorporate some unusual elements into your routines that keep things interesting. A soft shiver has grown stronger in the heavens above in recent weeks. Majestic Neptune, who has been spinning within your solar 9th house for many years, has awoken and returned to direct motion. He will continue to do so for some time ahead. During this time, you may have become enchanted with the idea of lovers from different backgrounds, lifestyles, or religious upbringings than you. The other has mystified you and inspired you to observe and try to understand through your heart. While some of the experiences could have been merely smokescreens of what you hope to see, some connections may have been soul contracts here to show you more about people and the world. Focus on your finances this morning. As the moon in Leo opposes Saturn in Aquarius, you may feel notably concerned with your money matters as you try to boost your assets without feeling restricted by other influences, such as debt or financial partners. Since this could be a more stressful opposition, you may welcome the change of pace a void of course moon will bring in the afternoon. Instead of focusing on trying to rectify your money matters in a few hours, use the stagnant lunar energy to think things over while taking a break. In the heart of the working week, the moon is spending its final hours in your income sector at a friendly aspect to both the sun, in his last full week in your career sector, and the dwarf planet Eris, who is preparing for Jupiter's return next month. In the short term, this makes this a positive and insightful day across the income, work and career fronts, while leaving you with not just a sharp nose for money but a new sense of confidence. You probably want things to happen more quickly than they do, especially when it comes to those recurring habits of eating on the run and not thinking ahead. Try thinking about how you like to look, and the preparation that's involved there. You might spend an hour a day on making yourself look good. Spend a quarter of that time thinking about what you need to have available to you at mealtimes. The first new habit to develop should be using forethought with food. This day is certain to be a most productive day for you. The air is filled with your own vibration, and getting things done will happen so readily and easily. Make up that to-do list, and then go for it. You'll be thrilled at the end of the day when you look back and realize how much you've managed to do. Just take care that you don't overtax yourself in the process, especially if your job is physically demanding. It won't serve you very well for the remainder of the week if you get hurt. In the heart of not just the working week but the sun's last full week in your work sector, the moon is helping to bring things together across the income, work and career fronts in what is a taste of things to come. Yet this comes just as Jupiter moves into his final 7 days in an adventurous part of your chart. While the moon is working with the sun and planets on the career front that are preparing for his return next week, Jupiter is working to ensure the spirit of adventure is not only alive now but will remain alive after he leaves. Just as Venus and Mercury, the planets of love and communication, are spending their first full week in your relationship sector, the moon returns for its last visit to your communication sector for the year. It was just 2 days ago that the moon was pushing buttons, with a chance now to give anything this might have exposed a voice. Our eyes in the sky. Inspiration and luck strike early today, so if you're the type who wakes with the sun, take the initiative with your goals before this energy settles mid-morning. There are helpful aspects for love, and being close to your heart's desire should bring you joy right now. You tackle obstacles you previously thought you never could overcome. Being brave, Making the most of this opportunity, you encounter people who are open and friendly, and when you respond in the same way, it opens new doors for you to explore and ultimately turn out to be extremely rewarding. Others understand that you don't want to take on any more responsibilities and in fact need time to yourself to gain a fresh perspective and determine what your true feelings are. Once you feel more refreshed and have taken the opportunity to regain your composure, you have an innate ability to interact and chat with others in a constructive way. You're acutely aware of your feelings, unperturbed. You're more in touch with your emotional state. Your thoughts are relaxed and calm. Relationships with others are constructive. You willingly make acquaintances and relate well to anyone who you happen to encounter. Look after your fitness, otherwise your well-being can be adversely affected. These romantic vibes also come with a sense of adventure, so do something out of the ordinary. If you're currently single, today is a good day to meet someone while you're out and about as well. Romantic boundaries should be fairly well received today, so if you've been meaning to talk to Bae about a need for some space in the coming days, go for it. Just make sure that you're being direct and clear in any important conversations. A perfect scenario for settling outstanding financial matters is what you desire. Of course, you must be as careful as usual when dealing with money. You have the right instincts for choosing sensible investments, and the advice you receive is far more conclusive than on other occasions. Larger purchases, a car or a house, don't faze you. At nightfall, there could be some underlying tension, so try not to step on any toes. The moon brings an extra boost of inspiration and energy, so be sure to work on any passion projects before heading to bed tonight. In the morning, the Leo moon opposes Saturn in Aquarius, engendering distance between ourselves and others. We might experience this literally through being physically separated from loved ones. Difficulty in making contact can cause us to feel lonely and unloved. However, we might also experience distance on an emotional level. People may pull away from us, seemingly unprovoked. We can be ghosted or left on read. Naturally, neither of these scenarios causes us to feel as bright and shiny as the Leo moon desires. Being scorned under this moon only adds insult to injury, as we are predisposed to sulking if we don't receive attention. However, the worst thing we can do now is to grandstand. If we push too hard to be noticed, we will only alienate our audience further. Instead, focus on managing work or attending to personal priorities. Following this, the moon trines the Sagittarius sun, mitigating the worst effects of the Moon-Saturn opposition. Although certain connections may still elude us, the Moon-Sun trine reveals that other playmates are available. If we intend to restore our confidence, we can't pine away for those who don't recognize our worth. We must choose the people who choose us. In doing so, we can forge relationships with those whose interests are better aligned with our own. And to think we might not have discovered them if we remained intent on impressing those who won't give us the time of day. The moon then enters a long void, of course, lasting until tomorrow. Avoid starting new initiatives today if possible. This lunar period is better spent working on projects already in progress.